You ready to talk about Paid in Full?
Always.
All right, man. Paid in Full celebrated 35 years, man. And let me see if I got the graphic here. Yeah, I got the tape here. And yeah, man, this track list is crazy. You know, I've always said this, man. I say that Paid in Full is one of the few, if not the only, hip hop album. And maybe that's changed now since time has passed or whatnot, but there is at least four top 50 hip hop songs on this one album.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
got I Ain't No Joke. I think My Melody is a top 50 in my opinion. Eric B is President and Paid in Full. I didn't even mention I Know You Got Soul. That's possibly five, depending on who you ask. Shit is crazy. Um, it's spellbinding how the lyricism on this album compares to its predecessors. It's I think someone made the comparison one time like it's like when hip hop started to walk upright in the evolution cycle.
That's actually me on this podcast,
Okay.
Mike, when we first started.
Yeah, okay.
That
I
was
knew I
me.
heard it
Yeah.
from a wise person.
I don't know if I'm wise, but that is what it is. I told you, Rakim is Homo erectus. He's the one that stood up straight, and it was like, oh no, 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 no. We're done kind of like with the primitive way of thinking and looking at it. We have advanced. He's when how about this? He's not just like Homo erectus, he's also Homo sapien, because it's like not only did he stand up straight, but it's like then he started running immediately. You know what I
Right.
mean?
He
It's like,
he didn't walk. He stood up
no, that's
straight
what
and
I'm saying.
started
It's like,
running.
no. So, like, if paid in full is like Homo erectus, it's like follow the leader is Homo sapien. It's like, oh, no, he just stood up straight. How he run?
What's your favorite song on this amazing album?
I ain't no joke.
I used to let the
It's
mic smoke. Now slam it on
that's
the ground and make sure it's pro.
that's it's his theme. It's every. How about this? Everything that I see of him as an MC, I actually see on that record. That to me is what. How about this? I ain't no joke. To me, feels
Nobody
like it was
smiling.
almost,
Yeah.
huh?
Hype but has a heart attack, nobody smiling. Yeah.
Because you're expressing the rhyme that I'm styling. Think about what he's saying. Hyper is a heart attack, nobody smiling, because you're expressing the rhyme that I'm styling, meaning I got you in my clutches. So for me, I think I Ain't No Joke might have been the last record that got recorded because he sounds very follow the leaderish on there. Think about it. I
Huh.
take you for a walk through hell, freeze your
Freeze your
dome, and watch
dome and
your
what
eyeballs swell.
you're right.
That's that
Him
follow the leader talk.
building, yeah.
Huh?
Him building the bars on top of each other. Yeah.
Yeah, he's not doing that. So that's what people got to understand is that you can tell. This is what I mean about how my melody's not flawless to me is because no, I can even hear on Paid in Full how the guy that did I Know You Got Soul and my melody and Eric B is president by the time he's recording. I ain't no joke. That's what I mean. This motherfucker started standing up straight and running real fast. I don't mean to call him an MFer. He's arguably still our greatest MC of all time, but you get what I'm saying. I mean that like in a kind way. It's like, no, this dude right here, like the summer of '86, the way he sounds, and even by the time he's making I Ain't No Joke, it's like that jump, Mike.
Yeah.
That jump.
If we talk about a major jump already with my melody and Eric B as president, and to another major jump.
Right, that's what I'm saying. It's like that's what I mean. It's like, no, he stood up and then he started running.
Now we're gonna talk about bar work. I'm with you on that. I think I Ain't No Jokes. Bar work is crazy. Like remember me, the one you got your idea from and all that.
From
But
no, this even no, even the way that he's weaving in the rhyme, he's gotten better. Even if it's jazz or the quiet storm, I take a beat up, convert it to a hip hop form, write a rhyme and graffiti in every show you see me in. Deep concentration, because I'm no comedian. He's not rapping like that on
Jokers
my
are
melody.
wild if
That's
you
the
want to be.
emphasis on lyrics of fury and follow the leader.
You're right. Jokers are wild
Yeah,
if you want to
I
be.
ain't no
Yeah.
joke.
Another friend of me, not even another
And
enemy, not even a friend of me. Yeah.
because you'll get fried to end when you pretend to be. Yeah.
Jeez.
Yeah, that's the microphone theme guy. That's the guy that's like, no, I'm about to level up. Like
Warren
on this
King with the
album.
super chat says, "Coop, did you check out the Nas Finest mixtape series from J Love? I love the shit
I
that J
have.
Love does.
That's how we had our silent murder shit for so long before they put it on
Right.
the thing.
That's
Yeah,
that's what we were
yeah,
listening to Silent Murder on.
yeah. We lived silent. J Love kept silent murder alive for us. Like,
I'm
yeah,
going with Eric B as president. That was my favorite
I'm cool with
song.
that.
I think that, man, I don't know, man. It's just one of those like the production of it. It
The
just sets it
quotable,
off, man.
the quotables.
Yeah, the
I
quotables,
came to
man.
the door. I said it before. Taking
Yeah,
off my coat, clearing my throat. These rhymes have been taken from everybody.
yeah.
Biggie, Tupac, Nas, Snoop,
That was the
Jay.
first time people heard him, right? His first
Yes.
bars to people was "I came in the door,
In the door,
said
said it
it
before.
before. I never let the mic magnetize me no more, but it's biting me, inviting me to rhyme. Can't hold it back. I'm looking for the line, taking off my coat, clearing my yeah.
So hold on.
The
So understand
flow
this.
on
This
that
is what I
shit.
mean. So listen to him. On Eric B as president, he's pausing like the old school rappers are pausing a little bit. Like he's more fluid than them,
Yeah,
but he's still pausing, taking off my
coat,
coat,
clearing
clearing
my
my
throat.
throat. You feel what I'm saying? By the time he's on I Ain't No Joke, he's like, I'm off that.
He elevated from his own elevation.
Yeah, he elevated from his own elevation inside of one of the greatest rap albums ever. That's what I'm saying. This shit is Illmatic before Illmatic.
Okay,
Truthfully.
let's look at this track list real quick. I got it on the screen.
Right.
I Ain't No Joke. Then you got Eric B is on the cut, which is one of Eric B's interludes. Then My Melody. Boom. Then I Know You Got Soul. Boom.
Mm-hmm.
Then Move the Crowd. Boom. Paid in Full. Boom.
Boom.
As the rhyme goes on, that's one of my favorites.
Boom. That's one of my
Honestly.
favorites too.
Chinese Arithmetic, another interlude, right?
Boom. I like Chinese arithmetic.
A lot of people love it.
I
Eric
do.
B is president. Boom. Extended beat. Boom. It's like banger, banger. Would you be mad if somebody said this album's better than Illmatic? I mean, look at the bangers.
I told you that when Chris X wrote that Vibe article, I was like, no. I just started listening to Paid in Full. I was like, he's got a point.
I mean, it's home runs here.
Because here's the thing. Illmatic resonates. Illmatic stays. Illmatic glows. Illmatic don't got hits like this.
It doesn't.
These are hits. People don't understand this. I don't think people understand this. My Melody, I Know You Got Soul. Eric B is president. Paid in Full. I Ain't No Joke. Those were all hits.
Bangers.
As in people were rapping to them and dancing to them in the streets.
Yeah, people were doing the WAP to Eric B as
very
president.
Biggie Smalls-ish.
Yeah. That's
Very
why when
Biggie
somebody
Smalls-ish.
was saying something along the lines of Rakim didn't have songs, because it was an argument about certain people who didn't have songs played in the club. I forgot who it was, and then somebody brought up Rakim's name, and I was like, nah, man, Rakim got bangers.
Microphone Fiend is a banger.
Bangers.
People understand this. Microphone Fiend.
Yeah.
Microphone Fiend's a banger, Mike.
Yeah.
That ain't no regular record. That's a banger.
Yeah. Mr. Pragmatic with the super chat says, I remember my brain aching as a child trying to digest Rakim's wordplay. It was like a college course given to a middle school kid. Jay Short with the super chat says, and Rakim did it his 100% way. No disrespect, but he wasn't trying to get Teddy Riley, Eddie F, or any other R&B producer like Kane, LL, and Kumo D.
These are facts. These are facts.
Never thought about it in those terms, but
these are facts, though.
LP with the super chat, he also says, so when y'all gonna address Eric B's influence on Ra? He doesn't get enough credit for being the image we think of. Ra is not that guy. He's not the same. Born King says Rakim put an end to the Run DMC era. No joke. Best rap song all time, in my opinion. That was my go-to song when I used to battle cars with my 93 Capri Classic.
The horns on there are serious. That's James Brown again, I think.
Oh, yeah, definitely. That's the JBs, technically. But yes, James Brown. Born King says 5% influence in the rhymes, 100%.
Okay, so let's unpack a couple of things that got said in here. First of all, the assessment that Jay Short is making about how Rakim made it a point to kind of keep it hip-hop, I'm going to even go a step further than that. It seems like when guys went the R&B way is when Rakim went the jazz way with Let the Rhythm Hit Him. He's like, nah, I'm going to take them back since they keep trying to go forward. They don't know their history. That's how I always felt about that. So very, very insightful. Eric B was the one who was running with the street dudes. Okay, so that's true. But also you have to understand, Rakim is younger. He's from Wyandanch, Long Island. And so he's being thrust into an environment that's not even his own home. He's recording in Marley Marl crib in Queens. He's from Wyandanch, Long Island. You feel me? So a lot of that, when people are like, well, Eric B is the one with credit. Well, he came into Eric B's crew. Eric B was the DJ. They had the notoriety. You feel what I'm saying?
And he, like you said, he was older too.
Huh?
He, like I said, like you said, he was older too.
He was older. People understand. Like
Rakim was like fresh out of high school. I mean,
Rakim was about to go play college football. He was a quarterback in high school.
I was just about to say that.
And he could play the saxophone. So this guy could have went and been a jazz musician or a quarterback.
I think he got injured, right? I remember reading his book. Didn't he get something? I feel like something kept him back from playing college football.
I don't want to say this. I feel like somebody in the family may have gotten sick or something happened that like kept him from going, that didn't have anything necessarily to do with Ron. And then the rhyming shit happened. Because even the day when he goes to Marley crib, isn't he he's the backup plan because the other guy didn't show.
Yeah. Bumpy Knuckles. They went over Bumpy Knuckles' house first, and he wasn't home. And so the backup was Rakim.
And I feel like that Rakim might have been third because I've always heard a story. I feel like there was a guy before Bumpy Knuckles even.
Wasn't? Wow.
I'm not sure. I would love to talk to him and clarify that. But yeah, he was the backup plan.
Wow. What an amazing backup plan.
The best backup plan that ever happened to us. I'll tell you that. I'd like to thank, I mean, this is nothing against Bumpy Knuckles. Love some Bumpy Knuckles. I'd like to thank him for not showing up that day if he's that guy. Because, man, rap changed forever for him not showing up.
Yeah, man. I mean, Rakim is just... And the fact, like you said, I think a big part of it, like I was saying, he did it his own way. And, you know, even the way that rap sounded before him, he made it where guys were not yelling anymore. The flow became different. Not only just the flow and the lyricism, I'm going to just say it like this, man. He made a lot of people before him extinct immediately.
Yeah, not a lot of people were able to behind the music or something one time. DMC is like, yeah, I heard Rakim rap. I knew our shit was over. It's like, yeah, you're right.
I mean, not a lot of people were able to last. I think LL was able to last because he was just so young and had had some hits behind him and had that young energy. He's a great songmaker. He's the only one.
He's a great songmaker. He's the only one that survived.
Yeah, he is.
Yeah. Because Rakim's flow and delivery killed everybody else. Yeah, it made Cool G Rap go back in the lab. You know how great you have to be to make Cool G Rap go back?
It made Public Enemy go back in the lab.
It made Public Enemy and Cool G Rap go back in the lab. I'm going to say that again.
The response to this album coming out is Public Enemy dropping It Takes a Nation of Millions to Hold Us Back. The level had just went up. And you know...
Can we cover that right quick? Hold on, let's cover that right quick. There are only really 2 albums from the 80s that still make most people's top 10 lists. What are those albums?
I would say this one. I would say The Great Adventures too. And I would say It Takes a Nation.
Right. And so this is the precursor to everything.
It is.
It Takes a Nation is after this. Greatest Adventures after this. Wanted Dead or Alive or Live and Let Die by Cool G Rap. Oh, that's after this. Follow the Leader is after this.
And that's why we speak of Illmatic in the way that we do, right? Because albums like this and Illmatic, they up the level. Now, they might not have sold the most, but when they came, they changed everything.
Well, also, too, people forget this. Okay, so let's talk about Paid in Full and Other Going Terms. And this is what I mean. Well, it didn't have bangers like Illmatic. First of all...
Huh? What? What didn't have bangers like Illmatic? You think...
I'm sorry, Illmatic didn't have bangers like Paid in Full.
Oh,
people forget. I think Paid in Full sold like 700 or 800,000 copies when it came out. That was unheard of at the time. Okay? Like, he didn't just... So, I want you to understand, Paid in Full outsold Illmatic's initial sales by like double because he had hits. Right.
You know, me being a kid, this was before my time. I heard these records, and I wasn't even like... I mean, I wasn't really old enough to even really... be in the mix like that. I heard these records.
Like Cool G Rap and KRS-One weren't selling 800,000 records. And no.
Well, let's get back to this track list, Coop. They didn't have I Ain't No Joke, My Melody,
There we
I Know
go.
You
They
Got
had the banger.
Soul, Move the Crowd, Paid in Full, and Eric B is President, all on the same album.
That's what I'm saying. So these are bangers, but these are bangers that are inspiring a whole class of MCs. So can we go to some bar work right quick? This is what I mean.
Before
So
you go to the bar work, let me
remember
quick.
how, so
Before
this is why people
Coop, real
say,
quick. Before you get into bar work, I want to say this. If we're saying that these 4 or 5 songs could be top 50 hip hop songs all time now, imagine what they were in 1987.
oh my God,
Niggas is like, yo, these are the best songs I've ever heard. Like all of these songs.
period. Hold on,
Like,
period.
right. You can
Dot,
only
dot,
name
dot.
before that. You could probably just name like stuff like The Freaks Come Out at Night, maybe. And I'm trying to think of some records that
Basketball,
would be
the message.
comparable. Like,
Right.
like,
Hold on, let's keep it real. The Message is the only song rap wise that's even comparable to the shit that's going on Paid in Full that
you're
precedes
right.
Paid in Full.
You're right. I mean, it's
Period.
amazing.
There's not even a rap record that even deserves to be mentioned bar work wise with the shit that's on Paid in Full before Paid in Full, except for The Message.
I would say
Period.
Criminal Minded came out a couple of months before it. And
I don't count that. I'm not
Okay.
doing that. I'm not doing that anymore. I'm so tired of doing that. They came out at the same damn time. We ain't
Okay.
talking about
So you're
KRS.
talking about just the era before it. Yeah.
Right.
Sorry.
We're talking about KRS. We're not talking about Criminal Minded or By All Means Necessary. We know it's the same time
Right.
era. KRS is right there lyrically with Rakim. He's just not Rakim because the songs aren't the same.
Born King with the super chat says, I know you guys are readers. Rakim's book, Sweat the Technique, is a great read. I have the audio book. Yep, I got the book downstairs. LP says Run DMC turned into trend hoppers after Rakim came. What were you going to say about the bar work?
So last week, I believe, when we were talking about Mahogany and how Nas got it from New York State of Mind, I was breaking down the whole my rhyming is a vitamin held without a capsule because Rakim on Mahogany, which he says I'm in a New York State of mind. That's where the sample from New York State of Mind, the Primo came from. He goes, each moment's a mineral, poetry's protein, verses a vitamin, effects like codeine. So Nas flips it and takes it on New York State of Mind. My rhyming is a vitamin held without a capsule. Well, let's go back to some more bar work that Rakim inspired, specifically from the guy that we think is the greatest MC of all time. When I'm writing, I'm trapped in between the lines. I escape. When I finish the rhyme, I got soul. What's Nas saying on the start of the world is yours? I sit the Don P watching Gandhi till I'm charged in. Writing in my book of rhymes, all the words past the margin. He's trying to level it up a level from where Rakim took it. Yeah. The intent is there. You hear him. Rakim's talking about it's a moment, it's a mineral, it's poetry, it's a vitamin. Well, Nas is like, well, my rhyming is a vitamin held without a capsule. I'm going to one-up it. It's like, oh, you feel what I'm saying? And so
it's
people have to
Jordan
understand how
23,
he is to the
24.
modern day bar work.
Yeah.
Because he inspired the guy that inspired the next set of guys.
It's that Jordan 23, Kobe 24 thing.
Right. Well, I mean, I don't know if it's that because Nas did do some things that Rakim didn't do lyrically, mostly in the storytelling format.
Well, no, I'm just saying like how I don't
yeah,
want to
he
say
expanded the game. Like Kobe's a better
to
shooter than Mike. Kobe's a better post player. No, I don't know if he's
he's not a better post player, but he's a better 3-point shooter than Mike.
Better 3-point. He's a better 3-point and 2-point and free throw shooter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's a better. You know what? We'll just say this: Kobe's a better pure shooter than Michael Jordan.
He's a better shooter than Mike. Yeah, he's a better shooter than Mike. Yeah.
Because even if you want to sit there and look at the field goal percentages, I think Michael is just a smarter shooter than Kobe, and that could, that could be why the percent. Like Michael had 5 or 6 seasons where he shot over 50% from the field. Kobe's never done that. But
right.
if you want to talk
Mike
about
had 5 other
shooter,
seasons where he shot somewhere between 47 to 49.
Right.
Right.
And it's like, but when you talk about Kobe being a pure shooter, I think that Kobe would beat Michael in a 3-point shootout easy. I mean, we saw Michael Jordan in a 3-point shootout. He stunk it up. Remember that? We don't talk about that enough, but
whatever.
Yeah, whatever.
We don't
it happens,
like that.
Man. Everybody.
But no, I'm just speaking to how important. Think about this. Here's how important Paid in Full is. It's like, well, you're hearing pieces of it on Illmatic in 1994. All right.
You hear pieces of it everywhere, in any era.
Yeah.
I think you got people even quoting.
Specifically just to contextualize it, because there's a whole modern era that hold Illmatic is the Holy Grail. Understand where the Holy Grail came from.
I mean, even when we talk about the song Paid in Full, right? So many people have flipped that whole. I mean, from the song, thinking of a master plan. I mean, you got Wayne even saying thinking of a
Right.
master plan.
That's what I mean.
Like, it's
It's been
everywhere.
used. It's been used an infinite amount of times. The bar work on here, like the words, the bars. I told you. On I Got My Mind Made Up, which we just referenced earlier about Method Man's bar work. What's Pac saying on I Got My Mind Made Up? Bear witness to the dopest fucking rhyme I wrote. And what did he say
Taking
after
off
that?
my coat.
Taking off my coat, clearing my throat. Okay. Okay.
I love when Corrupt was
Understand where
on.
your favorite rapper really get their shit from Pac to Big to Jay to Nas.
You remember
Start
when
running them
Corrupt
down,
was
dude. This is the guy.
on Corrupt on I Call Shots Round Here when he was like, I hold the microphone like a grudge and I lack way back, so back the fuck up. Yeah. You know, it's
Right.
just,
That's what I'm saying. Hold on. Think about this. Hold on. What is that shit that he's saying? Where he's talking about somebody taking his style. Oh God, it's just on
you're
my
talking
head.
about Remember Me, the one you got your idea from?
Right. I wake you up and as you stare in your face, you seem stunned. Remember me, the one you got your idea from? He knew who he was. That's what I mean.
Yeah.
Think about this. He's saying this in 87. I wake you up and as you stare in your face, you seem stunned. Remember me, the one you got your idea from. But soon you start to suffer. The tuna get rougher. When you start to stutter, that's when you had enough of. Ooh,
I mean, you can just visualize all that.
You can't quote, you should have broke because I ain't no joke.
Yo.
Right. That's that dude in 87. And he's actually forecasting and foreshadowing people taking his whole shit and running with it. This is before people took it and run with it.
Like, yeah, everybody's going to want to sound like this.
He knew what he had.
He knew he was the future.
Was about to bite this. He's like, oh, when I hit him with this style, everybody about to take this and bite this. He's saying it when I ain't no joke. That's what I mean. It's prophecy.
He knew he was the future. He knew he was the future of what
That's
rap
what I mean.
music was supposed to sound like. How about this?
And you want to know how they tell that story about how, you know, they kept on trying to get him to rhyme slower and do the whole run and the whole bebop, and he wouldn't.
Yeah.
When Eric B is president and my melody took off, that's why he starts rhyming fast. He's like, I knew these dudes was wrong. I'm about to speed it up. That's why he's rapping the way he's rapping on Follow the Leader and I Ain't No Joke. And the rest of the songs on Paid in Full. Because it's like, no, not only am I not slowing it down because you niggas is wrong, I'm about to speed it up and level it up.
Doubling down.
I'm doubling down.
Mad Max with the super chat.
Hold on, what did he say? Music will make melodies. When he starts doing that shit, it's like nobody did that before. People do understand that, right? When you're listening to Follow the Leader, nobody rapped like that before.
This shit is crazy, man.
Period.
I'm about to go listen. I'm about to go listen after we're done with this show. Mad Max with the super chat.
Go listen to every rhyme before Follow the Leader and go show me where somebody's rhyming even remotely close.
No, it's not even close. He's from a whole other universe. Mad Max with the super chat says Rakim and Nas are more like Dr. J and Mike, not Mike and Kobe. Because MJ took from Dr. J and Dave Thompson, like Nas took from Rakim and G-Rap. I got you. You know what? You're right.
Okay.
No, I like Michael took Dr. J's game to the next level.
He took Dr. J's high flying act, but he took David Thompson's mid range game. He did.
But this is what I'm gonna say, man. And you know,
I think driving in that mid range, that is more David Thompson than Dr. J. Like what a lot of the stuff Mike did. I can see that too. Yeah.
Nas's longevity is what it is, and Nas is obviously a whole different MC than Rakim was or is. You know, because Rakim's still dope. But I think that I don't know if Nas took Rakim to the next level per se. Because the things that Rakim did, like the Lyrics of Fury stuff, and like
he took the appreciation.
Yeah, like the approach maybe, but like what you were just talking about on Ain't No Joke and Follow the Leader, Nas never rapped like that. You know what I'm saying? He never took that kind of approach.
So he actually did what Rakim originally did is that everybody started getting. How about this? Rakim got everybody loud and fast and kind of hype. And so Nas actually kind of reset the bar back about how Rakim did. It was actually with that My Melody. How about this? If you go listen to Nas, it's like, well, that's what I mean when it's like, well, he's Cool G rap at moments, but the Rakim moments are the calm moments. So New York State of Mind is not, I always tell people, it's like, don't think that he sounds like Rakim because of New York State of Mind because he took the sample. Because New York State of Mind is Cool G rap inspired Nas. Life's a Bitch and the World is Yours is Rakim inspired Nas. That killing them softly shit.
Yeah.
Right.
The demo for It Ain't Hard to Tell sounds very Rakim-ish.
Yes,
But
that's what I'm
the one that
saying.
made the
That's
album,
the
not
thing.
so much.
The guy that's on One Love, that's the guy that's Rakim inspired. The guy that's doing Represent in New York State of Mind and Halftime, oh, that's the Cool G rap side.
This is what I'm gonna say, man. Too like, let's look at, and because we've talked about this on the show before, we talk about how albums kind of came together in the '80s, where it was about making bangers, and it wasn't really about having an intro, having a song
Right,
about this, and having a
right.
full, complete album. I don't think we got to there until, what would you say, maybe It Takes a Nation, or I don't know, man. I think really the concept albums, I could start with the Chronic maybe, or the Low End Theory and stuff
Low
like
End
that.
Theory precedes the
Where,
Chronic.
right,
Where's
yeah. So
Daylight
I
in
would
this?
say, yeah, I would say either.
De La Soul is dead?
I was gonna say 3 Feet High, maybe.
Is 3 Feet High just because of the skits? But is that a concept just because it has
No,
skits?
not
What's
really.
the concept
But
of
as far
3
as
Feet
like
High and
hip hop
Rising?
artists actually making a complete album and
But
perfecting that, I don't think we got that until around Daylight and Tribe and them, right?
that's what I'm
So
saying. So De La Soul is dead and the Low End Theory is the start of that, right?
I would say.
Because I don't think 3 Feet High and Rising is the concept album. What's the concept of the album? De La Soul is Dead has a concept.
What do you think about Straight Outta Compton being in that conversation? No?
I don't, because it's
Okay.
not. It's not a concept album. Some
Okay.
niggas in Compton that's talking about how shit's fucked up in Compton. Peace
Okay,
to
so
them.
everything before these albums we're talking about was just bangers, right? And so
Right.
based on that formula and that format, is there
Actually,
any more complete album in that format than this one?
if we're talking about concept album, The Greatest Adventures of Slick Rick.
Okay.
Yes, that's 1989. So that would be hip hop's first real concept
No, that
album.
was 88. That was 88.
Is that 88?
Mm-hmm.
That's got to be late 88. Why do I always feel like that's 89?
I don't know. It's close. I forgot what part of the year it was, but yeah, I mean, so just based on what albums were supposed to be in that era, it's really hard to say that there's an album that really does all that this one does based on that format. I mean, it's banger after banger after banger. And Eric B's in the group, so he had to have his interludes. If anybody had any type of qualms with this album, it would be the interludes, but again, that's an additive.
I was right, Mike. See, I'm not tripping. November 1st, 1988 is when The Greatest Adventures of
Okay.
Slick Rick
So it was
came
the
out.
end of the
You're
year?
right.
Okay.
November 1st of 88. Right. So it's like literally at the end of 88. That's why I was like, that's not an 88 rap album. Because like when people talk about 88, they don't talk about The Greatest Adventures of Slick Rick. And that's because it shit didn't drop to the end of the year. So it's like, that's what I mean. It's like, I look at that almost like an 89 rap album. Kind of like I be talking about Scarface and the Diary. I'm like, ain't that 95? And every time you're like, no, Coop, that's 94. I'm like, nigga, that's like the last month of 94.
Right.
Which it is. It's like December of 94.
Like Doggy Style was.
Like Doggy Style.
Because
Like
everything
Magic.
in Doggy Style rode through 94.
Right.
Jay Short with the super chat says, but back then you only had like 8 songs on the album, 4 on each side. CDs made dudes include fillers. I say that all the time. Imagine Nas's albums with only the 8 best songs. That's a really good point. Imagine Nas in the vinyl era.
I've always told people this. Great rappers shouldn't have shit that's over 12 to 14 actual songs. It was written. I always tell people this. It was written. Well, you got an intro. So we're already 13 songs down. Take Live Nigga Rap and Affirmative Action off, and what you have is actually only 11 solo records from Nas. Perfect. All right.
Born
All right.
King says, Cool Keith did go with Rakim on I'm Housing Things. He says, fish ain't my favorite dish. And on ain't it good to be you, he goes to Ross saying, your satellites are weak, mocking to follow the leader. Man.
Hold on, and I'm gonna be honest. And you want to know what he got for that? He didn't even get a response because he wasn't dope enough to garner one.
No, Cool Keith's dope, but yeah, he didn't want to rock him, man.
Like I said, he's not dope enough to garner one from Rakim. I'm gonna say that again. He didn't even get a response.
I mean, listen, I remember hearing No Omega thinking that he was possibly going at like LL Kane on Don't Sweat the Technique, but
Let the
Let the
rhythm
Rhythm
hit
hit him.
And don't the follow. He's going to EPMD on
EPMD
don't
on Follow the Leader. Yeah, and it's like,
Couldn't
Nobody
follow a
wants
leader
it with
far
this
enough,
guy.
so I drug him. Yeah.
Yeah, that Battle Cat line or whatnot on No Omega. I always thought that was, you know, I thought that was the LL Walk Like a Panther thing. You ain't ripping Jack, kind of a play off of
No, 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 no,
Jack
no,
the
no, no,
Ripper.
no, no, no. It's going down. These dudes are competitive. That's why I'm telling you. It's just
But
like, yeah.
nobody wanted it with this guy,
No,
and
no,
that's just
no,
real.
nobody took any direct shots. You'd be foolish to do that. Be foolish to do that.
Because you get one of those let the rhythm hit 'ems. Let the rhythm
Okay,
hit
so
'em is
people don't even
vicious,
understand this. So
man.
Let the Rhythm Hit Him probably even sounds better if Paul C doesn't get murdered. Because by them, Eric B and Rakim, when Let the Rhythm is hitting, coming out, Eric B and Rakim aren't even together anymore. They're not even hanging, Mike.
Yeah,
All
I
right?
hear that. I think I was listening to. Oh man, Eric B was on a podcast, and man, forgive me, the name slips me, but Combat Jack's podcast. Rest in peace to Combat Jack. But
Mm-hmm.
Eric B was on there, and he was telling the story that Rakim had Summertime first, and it was in those sessions, right? And I guess I think Eric B said that somebody talked Rakim out of doing Summertime, and that's how Will got it, or something to that degree. But yeah,
I mean,
it
it's
confirms what you're
91,
saying.
92. That's not, I mean, that's what I'm saying. Listen to how Rakim's flowing on Let the Rhythm Hit Him. And it's like, well, yeah. Because people have to realize this. When I was saying, like, well, Will took his flow even if he didn't take the song, it's like, well, In the Ghetto is out. Mahogany is out. Let the Rhythm Hit Him is out. No, that's definitely Rakim's flow in 91, 92. It's definitely like 90, 91. That's Rakim.
They're gonna kill you for your Cool Keith comment. I mean, yeah, the Ultramatic MCs is crazy, and Cool Keith
Oh, but let's just
did
say, hold
birth
on. Are these
MF
are
Doom.
Cool Keith birth MF Doom? We're talking about two guys that don't belong in this top 10 MC and lyricist conversation we're having.
Oh my God, why'd y'all get him
How about
started?
that? How about that? How about that? That's
Why'd
what we're
y'all get
doing
him
today.
started on this?
We talking about top 10 lyricists. You understand that, right? We talking about Rakim right now. We gonna leave Cool Keith and MF Doom where they belong, which is out of this conversation. They belong in this conversation.
People
What
saying if
MF Doom got for
Rakim,
following the leader of microphone fiend, Mike? You get what I'm saying? He don't belong in this conversation. What Cool Keith got for Let the Rhythm Hit Him and No Omega?
listen,
Eric B is
I'm a
president.
big Rakim fan, so you're asking the wrong person.
Right. No. I mean, somebody got some evidence that they belong in the conversation. I'd love to hear some records right now.
People are saying that
Accordion?
if Rakim,
You gonna play accordion against Eric B as president, Mike?
nah, I'm not gonna do that. People are saying if
People need
Rakim
to stop.
has Summertime, I mean, listen, I'm gonna say this. I don't know if Summertime's as big of a hit as it became if Rakim does it, other than
No,
Will doing it. Because I
no.
remember, and I don't know if everybody remembers this, like this is in the middle of the height of Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. They debuted that video right after the episode of Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, so it was getting that national coverage from a network that doesn't even play music videos, and I don't know if that would have
MTV?
happened. Yeah,
MTV wore that record out.
NBC was playing it because he was on the Fresh Prince of Bel
Fresh
Air.
Prince. Yeah,
So
it
yeah,
behooved
I
them to do
mean,
that.
I think that
Yeah.
obviously it would have been a great record if Rakim would have done it. It would have been a classic still, but I don't know if it would have been as big as it was with Will doing it.
No, it's like even when I hear that whole like, well, Rakim had In the Club first, it's like, oh, I would love to hear him on that beat, but that beat's not for him.
Yeah. And
You know what I'm saying?
I know Rakim said he didn't write Summertime. It's just, and they say that Will Smith was channeling his inner Rakim and all that stuff. It's like, man,
Aren't you?
it's just hard for me, me as a fan to
No, I'm
believe
not.
that because
I'm not gonna knock that. Haven't we all think about this? It's like,
Will did
is it
Will did a
okay?
great job at that.
So
If
hold
Will
on. How
copied
about
him, he
this?
did a great job.
Slick Rick is the most imitated.
Yeah.
Okay, but Rakim is the guy that we've always all inspired and aspired to be. Nobody his style has been more bitten. You know what I mean? He is the guy. Like if you're a rapper and you're a real rapper and you fashion yourself a real rapper, he has inspired us more than any other MC ever has. And so imagine what that feels like for somebody live that's around it while it's happening. Because keep in mind, while Will Smith is blowing up in Philly, there's this guy in New York who's really running rap. You feel what I'm saying? While Will Smith's winning a Grammy, he knows who's really, you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And so it's like we all feel that way, and we didn't even get to whiff it or to smell it up close. How you think Will Smith feels in 1989,
Well, he
90,
has
and
good
91,
taste.
and 92?
He has
Come
good
on.
taste. I
Come
mean,
on.
because he came
Right.
in like, here it is, man, groove, slight, transform, just a bit
Come
of the great from the norm,
on.
just a
It
little
sounds just
something
like
to
In the
break
Ghetto. It's
the
just like the
monotony.
delivery from In the Ghetto.
It sounds just like that.
It's the
Just a little
delivery from In
something
the
to
Ghetto.
break
It
the
is. And if
monotony
you
of
look
all
around,
that hardcore
hold
dance
on. When
that
did
has
In the
gotten
Ghetto
it.
come
Come
out?
on, man.
Yeah.
It might be the biggest of the best biting job ever, right? From somebody who
No.
didn't.
Hold on. I've always said this. It's
I
like,
don't want to say biting. That's wrong.
no. See, here's the thing. It's only biting when you don't do it well. When you do
He
it
did it
well,
well.
it goes into another category, which is imitation is the greatest form of flattery.
Definitely.
So the most flattering thing that a major pop artist and crossover artist could do is to pay homage for one of our real kings that way. So I don't have a problem with it.
No, never had a problem. Rod doesn't have a problem with it either, it seems
Right.
like.
Imitation is the greatest form of flattery, and how more flattering can you feel about somebody of Will Smith's stature who at that point had spread beyond the boundaries of hip hop? And if he wanted to go back and keep it hip hop, where did he go?
Yeah.
He went to Rakim.
They
Well, that's
put it
where
on
the
the
fuck
grand
you
stage.
should go if you leave us as an MC and you should go somewhere and you come back, who would you want them to sound like? You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So he did actually what a real MC should do. It's like, oh, if I don't know what to do, make that shit sound like Rakim. You motherfucking right. I'm with him on that. I would do the same thing.
Here it is.
Because
No, you know what he got me?
No, because this is where the music business influenced you. Well, his first album won a Grammy, but his second album flopped, and that led him to get into TV. So when he's coming back, he's trying not to fail again. You know what he's trying to make sure he does not to fail? Not the stardom part, the hip hop part.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, I think the line where he says "Summer Madness," and I know that's where they sampled it from Kool and the Gang, but it just took me right back to this record right here on Paid in Full, "Move the Crowd."
Yes.
Where he said word for word, "Summer Madness," and they said it just like him too, and I was like, whoa.
Mm-hmm.
You know, that's incredible that somebody could go out there and copy a person's style and make one of the greatest hip hop songs ever made. Because Summertime's one of the greatest hip hop songs ever made.
Kool Keith is underrated. I just saw somebody say that. That's Kool Keith on Taking in Blood, isn't it?
Yep.
Yeah.
Jay Short says Will could have been working Summertime for years. Could have been working Summertime for years. Yeah, man, Summertime's a classic. And
Couldn't have been working that long because it sounds like In the Ghetto, which came out like within a year's time before. So
it sounds like Let the Rhythm Hit 'Em, Rakim. Here it
That's
is.
what I mean. That's In the Ghetto. In the Ghetto's on Let the Rhythm Hit 'Em, isn't it?
Yeah, it's on there. I'm just saying. It sounds like how he rapped on that whole album. Because the first three albums.
Yeah, I was just using In the Ghetto because here's what I mean is that In the Ghetto got released as a single. So Will could have been like, that's one of those records. Will's probably recording the show in Cali, and In the Ghetto comes up on the screen. You know what I'm saying? He's watching MTV or Yo MTV Raps, and In the Ghetto by Rakim comes on while he's chilling in Hollywood doing the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air.
I gotta confess, man, Ghetto is one of my favorite Rakim songs.
It is, me too.
It's so different, man. It's like he's being very insightful on that record, and he's showing us like some things that he never really talked about before.
Like, no, you're right.
Back in the days, they lived in caves, exiled from the original man and strayed away. Now that's what I call hard times. I'd rather be here to exercise the mind. And then how he approached that last verse, where he was like, "No more props, no more property in every barrel. Nobody stopping me because I'm thorough. Rhymes and real estate. Rhymes generate, give me real estate to own. Whenever I bless the microphone, 007 is back and reacting on point and reaction. Ready for action. So
the themes are consistent. No. So listen to how he's talking on In the Ghetto, right? Well, when he comes back in 97 on It's Been a Long Time, he's talking the same way. You know, Ra want more property than Muammar Gaddafi. Yeah. More thoughts than Bible recital. Thoughts disciple. I sawed off mic so words scatter like a rifle. Thoughts is trifle. I'm busting knees for you. And yo, technical difficulties is through.
He's the greatest lyricist I ever heard. I'm just gonna say
it's just breathtaking.
Yeah,
dude.
it is.
It's breathtaking.
It's just the way he approaches.
Like the way they think about this, to be able to take a hiatus and to take 5 years off and to not have to change your style and to still be 85 to 90% ahead of niggas.
And then listen, man, when he got on ELE too, to spit bars like that, like we haven't heard him in a minute. Like,
who's the rhyme of the year?
He's incredible.
The best rhyme that year.
Well, I guess we can leave it there, man. Is there anything else we got to cover? We've been in here
I
for like
mean,
almost 3.5 hours.
I'm just trying to see when In the Ghetto got released as a single. It was May 4th, 1990.
Okay,
And
so
so
when was Summertime?
Summertime, right? And I want to go to
Well,
Summertime.
I'm sure he heard it. I mean, again, when we talk about when Eric B was talking about the fact that that song was sent to them first, I'm sure that he had heard what Rakim was working on. Either way, whether it was released as a single or not.
Yeah, it's 1991.
Same time?
May 20th, 1991. So literally a year later, Summertime comes out.
Okay. Here it is. Groove. Like transform. You know, listen to the. I can't unhear Rakim's voice from that song now when I listen to it. You listen to Summertime and listen to it in Rakim's voice. It's the same song.
The God MC.
And like that, we out of here. We're going to see y'all Wednesday. Hopefully we got some real big surprises next week. But, you know, stay tuned. And we're going to keep you updated.